everyone, I am Shaira Torresaga, a second-year PED student, major in General Curriculum. So for today's video, we will talk about Microteaching Basics under Unit 5 Learner-Centered Lesson Plan. So our objectives are to give immediate feedback to the student teacher to adjust their teaching behavior. So, a supervisor will give a feedback to student teacher so that she or he will know what are the things that she or he need to adjust or change about his or her teaching behavior. Next objective is to enhance and practice their teaching skills in a short amount of time. So the student teacher need to practice his or her teaching skills in able to have a good presentation. First objective is to gain confidence in teaching skills. So, in able to deliver your presentation, you need to believe to yourself and be confident in front of many people or your students. Teaching basic. Microteaching is an effective technique to enhance the teaching skills and was first adopted at Stanford University in USA in 1961 by Dwight W. Allen. According to him, microteaching is a scaled-down teaching encounter in a class size and a class time. What is microteaching basics? Microteaching is a teacher training and a faculty development technique whereby the teacher reviews a recording of a teaching session. So it means a microteaching is a teacher training technique which helps the teacher trainee to master the teaching skills and requires a short time to a very small number of students. How microteaching works? Microteaching is a teaching technique where a teacher conducts a class for a small group of students at a given time. Let's say, for example, the teacher teaches a small topic to a class of 10 to 15 students in 5 to 10 minutes. In this session, it involves one student teacher, the class supervisor, and a small group of peers. This approach allows the teacher to focus on a specific teaching skill or technique, identify areas where they need to improve, and receive feedback on their performance in real time. Above, you see a micro-teaching cycle. The first cycle is plan. Planning, this involves the selection of the topic and related content and use in the core teaching skill under practice. The topic is analyzed into different activities of the teacher and the pupils. Second cycle is teach. Teach. The student teacher need to use the components of the teaching skill in suitable situations, coming up in time in the process of teaching learning as per his or her planning of activities. If the situation is different and not as visualized in the planning of the activities, the teacher should modify his or her behavior as per the demand of the situation in the class. He should have the courage and confidence to handle the situation arising in the class effectively. The next cycle is feedback. Feedback is to give information to the student teacher about the performance. The information includes the points of strength as well as weakness relating to his or her performance. This helps the teacher to improve his or her performance in desired direction. The fourth cycle is replan. The student teacher replans his or her lessons, incorporating the points of strength and removing the points not skillfully handled during teaching in the previous attempt, either on the same topic for the teacher improvement. Next cycle is reteach. This involves teaching to the same group of pupils if the topic is changed, or to a different group of pupils if the topic is the same. This is done to remove boredom or monotony of the pupils. Last cycle is feedback. This is the most important component of microteaching for behavior modification of student teacher in the desired direction in each and every teaching skill practice. 3 phases of microteaching basics. The first one is pre-active phase, or also known as knowledge acquisition. This is preparatory phase during which the teacher receives training for various teaching skills and components such as discussions, lectures, demonstrations, and illustrations. It includes the activities such as provide knowledge about teaching skill, observe the demonstration of teaching skill, analyze and discuss the demonstration of the teaching skill. Next phase is interactive phase, or also known as skill acquisition. This is an interactive phase during which the teacher practices the skills he or she has acquired. It includes the activities such as planning and preparation of micro-lesson for a core teaching skill, practicing the skill, evaluation of the practice skill, replan, reteach, and refeedback. Last phase is post-active phase, or also known as transfer phase. The teachers transfer the skills they have learned in the simulated teaching environment to our real classroom situations. It includes the activities such as giving opportunity to use the mastered skill in normal classroom teaching. Integrate the different micro-teaching skills practice. Advantages of micro-teaching. It provides student teachers an opportunity to train their teaching skills. This method of teaching teaches the student teacher more in less time. Feedback embraces all points of view, increases the self-confidence, and helps in eliminating errors. Principles of micro-teaching. The first one is one skill at one time. One skill at one time, skills in micro-teaching are targeted one at a time. Training on particular skills are given until it is mastered. Second principle is small-scale content. Limiting the content gives more freedom and ease to the trainees. Thus, micro-teaching is based upon the principle of limited content, and it becomes easier to them to conduct their lessons. Next principle is practice. Practice makes perfect. It requires practice, while micro-teaching gives opportunity to practice those skills. Lots of practice can boost the self-confidence and promote in development of teaching skills. Experiments are the key factors in any concept. In micro-teaching, many experiments are conducted in order to test the skills of the teachers. Instantaneous feedback. It consists of teacher, pupil, and supervisor as students once a session ends. Teacher, pupil, and supervisors come up with their feedback. Next principle is self-evaluation opportunities. Evaluation gives an opportunity to understand the mistake and overcome it. Self-evaluation plays an important role in any task, and it conducts various tests and several chances to analyze mistakes. Last principle is continuous efforts. Acquiring and mastering skills is a slow and ongoing process even after mastering a previous skill. One should continually strive for betterment. It means continuous efforts make it easier to attain overall development. That's all for today. I hope you learned something from me.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button.